What is happening, everybody? Thanks for coming back to this side of awesome. Today, I've got a Star Wars shirt on. Yeah, I've got a lot of Star Wars shirts, but I put it on specifically today because I wanted to talk to you guys about my love for Star Wars. Now, in the future, I'm actually going to be talking about, upcoming things. Things are coming out, like news stories, or maybe, when the movie comes out, or a preview comes out, or whatever the case is. I might even review any of the books that I've been reading. Because I am a big Star Wars fan. Now, mind you, like I said before, I was born like 3 days after New Hope was released. And I saw Return of the Jedi in the theater when I was 6. So I had all the actual toys when they first came out, the original ones. And I'll probably preview some of my Star Wars stuff in this video, so look out for that. So anyway, Star Wars to me has always been a central part of my childhood and my life, even now. I'm 40 years old, and for my 40th birthday, my mother got me a 40th anniversary Princess Leia. The big ones that look like the actual ones from the packages back in the day. My sister gave me a Death Star that glows, lights up. It's like a nightlight, changes colors. It's pretty cool. So you kind of get my meaning when it still is a part of my life. And the simple fact that it's out and about now, so it's kind of helpful. It didn't like die off in the 70s, and I'm still like into it. But I never grew up past the movies as far as like some people were reading the actual books. Basically, the Thrawn trilogy and all that stuff. I didn't actually do any of that, so I don't know a whole lot of the extended universe. But when the new movies came out, I'm not talking about the prequels. I saw the prequels in the theater, but the new ones now, The Force Awakens and all those came out. They basically revamped the whole universe as a canon. So I decided that since before I didn't actually know anything about the extended universe, I really wanted to make this a full knowledge canon study. I wanted to be totally immersed. So that meant like every book that came out, every comic that came out, the cartoons, all that stuff. I wanted to be up to date with everything. I wanted to get all the details. And so it has been kind of a mission of mine to do that. And so I found out what everything was canon-wise that was already out. So I had to sit there and watch all the seasons of the Clone Wars, and I saw, I've seen up to all the Rebels, and I've collected every comic now that has come out that's Star Wars, and actually the individual. And I never bought comics when I was young, and this is kind of what basically started me into reading other comics and it's not that I wasn't into comic stuff, I just, we didn't have enough money for me to be buying comics when I was young. I was kind of poor. So, that wasn't a thing. And now I've basically been doing it because of Star Wars. I've actually started reading other titles. But, yeah, the books, I bought a few books. Actually, it was I'll show you, the little young novel ones. But I started doing Audible. And Audible is basically what I can do to be able to catch up reading when I'm at work, because I'm a truck driver during the day. So on my drive, I just play the audiobook. So I've actually gone through almost every single book that they put out, excluding a few of the young novels. And I don't like reading the movie books. So I'm not going to get the Force Awakens novel, and I'm not going to get the Rogue One novel. I got the prequel book to Rogue One. I think it was Catalyst. And there's only a few other ones I haven't caught up on yet. I'm in the middle of the trilogy one that they've got going on, which is okay. I'm on the second book. I still have to do the Leia one, and I still have to do the Luke Skywalker one, which I think was the first canon book. So anyways, I've been doing that. I've been kind of catching up. I've been trying to stay canon. So it's been kind of fun. But my love for Star Wars is just, it's been such a wonderful ride for me. Seeing it all come back, watching all the original characters. And it was really devastating knowing that Carrie Fisher died. And that was probably one of the most emotional deaths that I ever kind of experienced, because not a whole lot of people in my family have passed. Death for me really hasn't been really personal, but for some reason I broke down, because I was like, wow, you know, that was really effective. It really affected me, because I grew up on that character. So, you know, it was pretty impactful. Knowing that Han Solo died in the movie was pretty rough too. But yeah, so I just want you guys to know that, you know, there's so many things about Star Wars that help to shape me as a person, because, you know, the philosophy behind the Force, and when I was young, and my favorite Star Wars movie, I know everybody jumps on Empire as the best one. Return of the Jedi for me was the best one, only because, one, that's the first one I saw, and it had so much in it that really affected me as a child. I mean, the Force was one thing, but those aliens, I thought they were monsters when I was a kid. So they were super scary to me. And Return of the Jedi had a lot of scary looking aliens. so that's the one thing about Star Wars that really meant something to me, because it wasn't just like some fantasy star spaceship fighting kind of sci-fi thing. It was like the Force and scary alien monsters, which I wish they would kind of really get back to. Everybody wants like these political movies, or they want like all about fighting in space, and that's not what Star Wars was to me. It was more the mystical side of it, the more the power side of it, the more scary side of it, more alien. Because you take the Jedi and the Force and that stuff out, and it's just a space movie. Everybody wants to expand. Oh, there's more to Star Wars than just the Skywalkers. But when you start getting away from the Force and away from Skywalkers and away from that stuff, it's just a space movie. I don't understand that. Why people just, if you want to make space movies, go make space movies. Don't take away from Star Wars and what it was. Like for instance, the Ewoks. I have the 2 Ewok movies, and to me, they're canon. I know they're not, but they are. And I don't want everybody's jumping on the fact that Ewoks are stupid. No, Ewoks were pretty cool. I'm sorry, I've got to say it. Y'all can hate me all day long and think I'm stupid, but the Ewoks were cool, and I think that they should still be canon. And those movies weren't that bad. I mean, I know people are like, oh, well, it was written terrible, it was acted terrible. You know what? Go back and enjoy it for what it is. That's what I have to say about that. So anyways, so I've got a lot of collectibles, a lot of toys. I've been, like I said, doing the books. I've been collecting, the comics and whatnot. And in the future, I will actually be doing kind of reviews on, not saying if it's good or bad, but just, saying, oh wow, look what this is, and speculate a little bit on it, talk a little bit about it. Definitely want to do reactions to the previews. But yeah, I just wanted you guys to know how much Star Wars is a part of me growing up during the 80s, and me as a collector and as a person who is kind of revisiting my past. Star Wars is huge, so you'll notice a few things. I even do like the Legos Star Wars. I really love Lego. That's another video. But I get Star Wars stuff. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to really kind of just make this video about talking to you when it comes to my fascination and love for Star Wars. And there will be more Star Wars related things coming. And if you guys have questions, or maybe you want to talk about Star Wars and you're fans of it, hit me up or leave me a comment or something. I do watch a lot of other channels that all they talk about is Star Wars. I like to stay up to date on all that stuff. So yeah, that's basically about it for now. You know, the Force, Ewoks. My favorite character, apart from like the droids like R2D2, I love Boba Fett. Darth Vader is the man. Han Solo. I mean, really all of them. I mean, can you really pick just one? So yeah. So that's it for now. So, you know, like I said, in the future I'm going to talk more about it, and you guys, you know, let me know what you want to hear. And I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching The Sound of Awesome. Bye.
That's what you should do.
What's that?
You should call yourself awesome.
I am awesome.